No, 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 no. Ba ba da ba da ba ba. Alrighty, let us see if we are working. To the YouTubes, tell me, are we showing up? We're showing up. I wore a different shirt today, so I could tell right away. Oh yeah, like a boss. Okay, so today we are not actually going to be doing Warhammer. Today we're going to be doing my first love. We're going to be building some Gunpla today because building sounds like fun instead of painting. So I tried to pick this kit up on Hobby Link Japan, and it sold out before I could click the damn button. Not because it sold out extremely quickly, it just I left the window up for a while because I'm a dummy. Hello. So I happened to be around my local anime shop, so I picked up the Ingram BULLDOG Patlabor set from Good Smile Company. So we're going to be opening this and unboxing it and building it and all that fun stuff. This is for Patlabor, which is like an anime from the 80s that I love, although it's like super garbage. Like it's I tried to go back and watch it as an adult. It's really, really rough. The movies are still good, but the anime is like super rough. But like I love this anime. I love all the designs. I love where the labors fit in reality versus like tanks and people and stuff. I think it's really neat. So we're going to be opening this up and checking it out today, and having some fun with it. So this one comes with an AV-98 Ingram, which is like the main character labor. And you can build it as Unit 1 or Unit 2. And it comes with a Bulldog, which is a little labor from the first movie? I appreciate that you both remember the greatness that is that movie. I think that's the first movie, or is it the third movie? I think it's the first movie. Which was made by Studio IG and is great. But that's what the little labor here is from. So let's swap over to the bigger, or the other camera. We're gonna try to move it around a little bit so that, oh, we need to plug her in. I was using the light box, and so the camera's unplugged. Oh. Whoopah! For real this time. Let's see. It's a very great movie, is what you're trying to say. And you know what? I agree. I agree that it is a wonderful, wonderful movie. There we go. Alright, so you can get a better look at the box. We have a picture of this Bulldog, sort of out of control, fighting our labor Unit 1. In the back, there's Oda's labor. On the back of the box, we can see that it comes with the parts to make Unit 1 or Unit 2. You can see the different choices here. I am hoping that you actually do get the parts to make like either or sets of shoulders or either or head, so that's pretty cool. And then it's showing you that it can make the movie, or rather the TV, the movie, or the reboot versions. I think these might just be stickers. I don't think those caps are actually separate parts, but we'll check it out. So I've never built anything by, technically this line is called Moderoid, but it is a line of Gunpla from Good Smile Company. The box is very nice. So let's see what we get. We've got little envelope. Where's my razor? Alright, so I've never actually done an unboxing for Gunpla on the channel, so we're gonna have to jiggle things around as we look at them. Alright, let's see what we got. I can take an Instagram survey. How about now? These are very weird, thick stickers. It's kind of neat. And then water slide decals. That's really nice. There's water slide decals for Unit 1 or 2, and then the name declarations and the different badges and stuff for them as well. That's pretty cool. And we have a set of instructions for the Bulldog, which is separate. Not many runners there. Looks like a pretty simple build. Looks like actually a very simple build. It's got a bunch of neat little detail parts here though, that'll be cool. Yeah, it looks very, very, very simple. Maybe we'll actually build him first. Let's see what else we got in here. We have a thing showing us how to do water slides. I know how to do water slides, so we're just gonna pop that off to the side. We'll throw that Instagram survey away. We don't need that. Then we have the instruction booklet for the Ingram. Nice big cool picture there. Slightly more detailed than or slightly more complicated build. Not by much though, looks pretty simple. Since this is the titular main kit, we'll actually go ahead and we'll build him first. Does look like there's gonna be a couple parts on the shotgun, which is nice. So the stock's gonna be able to fold. The batons are different pieces, they don't actually collapse, which is nice, because if it collapses it'd be a pain in the ass. Looks like this arm grab part's a separate piece, which is also nice. And we do get hands for shooting on each side, so that's really cool. Alright, so let's take a look at the runners, see what we got. So labors are kind of fun because they occupy an interesting space in anime, or not in anime. Alright, so that's pretty big. Not expecting this guy to be like master grade size or anything crazy like that, but I am hoping for like big, like end of 1 year war Gundam size. It's kind of, he's technically 1/60th scale, which I think it makes it in size with some trains and stuff like that, I think. But I don't really, not like a big like scale person, like scale modeling. I think you can also get tanks in like 1/60 scale, which is kind of cool, because these things are intended to exist like alongside the regular military. It's not like in Gundam where, you know, Gundams happened and then they replaced everything because nothing could compete with them, kind of thing. Like these guys operate at a very specific niche. The patrol labor specifically are basically just there to fight runaway tractors. That's essentially their job. They're like, if anyone ever puts a gun on a tractor and tries to rob a bank with it, we'll be there. Alright. So the hands, lots of nice little detail. There's a shield as well. I like this color too. It's not the pure white you see them do sometimes. It's this like nice soft white. And we've got some more parts for the Bulldog. I am hoping to paint these all up and detail them all up. I've Ironically, I say I don't do any scale modeling. I've actually been watching a scale modeler online, trying to copy some of his techniques for modeling. So I'm actually going to try to carry some of those over here, because these are a little bit more real-world vehicles than, like, you know, fucking Tyranid or something. Alright, so we got joint bits. I like that these are not like material, they just look like they are, which is nice. Actually a lot of runners. I did not realize there was this many runners. It did not, from the instructions, it did not seem like there was this many runners. Alright, these are some tiny little detail parts. There's some duplication in here, so there's going to be some extra parts. Alright, we're getting to the end of the bags. Okay, let's see. Alright, so we are going to get both sets of shoulder pads, which is really cool. With the two different lights there, we can see. And some black parts. This is kind of like a... This isn't a pure black. This is like a soft black. And there's a... They apparently pre-painted the star for the chest. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Alright, so we are going to have pieces to build both heads, it looks like. Yeah, the tips on the ears, they're not colored. So we're not going to be perfectly movie accurate. That's okay. Or perfectly TV show accurate until we paint it. But we're planning to paint it, so it's all good. Alright, let me put... yeah, we'll put the... We'll build the Bulldog second. If we have time today. I don't know how long this guy's going to take. He's actually more complex than I thought he was. So, if he takes too long, we won't get to the Bulldog today, but we will prioritize the main focus of the kit, the Ingram. There's the shotgun. Clearly multiple parts for the stock, which is really nice. There's one of the batons, and I'm sure we have a collapsed baton somewhere for inside the shield. Yep, there it is. Nice, yeah. Alright, so now we start getting into the fancy bits. We have some glass bits, looks like for the Bulldog. Put those in the box. And we've got... We have a set of clear pieces for the different helmets. It's kind of cool. I guess if you want to paint them yourself. And then we have a set of different visors that have already been painted, it looks like. And the shoulder pieces, which have also already been painted. It does look like we don't get enough painted shoulder pieces for both sets of shoulders, but since we have that clear option, you do technically get enough pieces for it. So that's really cool. That's everything inside there. We add that to the never-ending trash bin behind me. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Let's figure out where these instructions start. Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. There we go. Alright, we got some instructions. Assuming these runners are numbered like normal Gunpla runners. They are. They're also color coded, so that's nice and handy as well. Go ahead and put those ones off to the side, and we need a runner. We need our nippers, which I just covered up. Come to me, nippers. Okay. H4 and B5. So it looks like they're having us... Oh, wait, no, that's just a demo. Okay. Ignore me. It wants us to build the heads first. Okay, we can do that. So we want to build Oda's unit. We want to build unit 2. So let's get snipping it out. Plastic feels good compared to like Gunpla. Doesn't feel bad. Let's see, this one should be Oda's. Yeah. Never know opening something from a new company like it. Sometimes you're like, oh man, this might be really, really like scuzzy. You never know. That's unit D. Where's unit C? You are C. Okay. Yeah, you don't know. Sometimes you're just like, man, this thing's gonna be really crappy or whatever. But no, this feels pretty good. Yeah, especially building like so many Bandai kits and then so much Games Workshop. You know, they're both the leaders in their industries for a reason. So it's sometimes hard to go back to other companies and stuff. That's why I was so pleasantly surprised with the Legion minis, because they were really nice. I was a little worried about them. Cleaning up some nubs. Now we need his little visor, which is J4. Boom. And then a little visor goes in the little face like that, or not like that, like that. And that goes in. Wait, how the hell does that go? Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. Like, why isn't it holding? Just not reading the directions. Alright, so it looks like you have a nice little bit of a round visor in there. If you wanted to hit it with some chrome paint, it'd probably show up really nice. Nubs aren't bad at all to clean up. It'll take a little bit of sanding and a little bit of scraping later when I go to clean it out for painting, but alright. Yeah, there you go. That's the head together already. There's a little bit of a pretty big seam there, but it's technically a panel line, so it's okay. We'll see how that manifests throughout the rest of the kit. We'll keep an eye out for it. Alright, now we're moving into some of the joints. That's I. That's F. Okay. Alright, F8 and F1. And where's F1? There it is. And then we're going to need F4 and whatever this other guy is. We'll just set them off to the side. We're going to need them from this runner in a minute. Okay. I will point out that there is no English at all in these instructions, which is fine by me because I'm used to that being the case with Gunpla, but If you're not, could throw you for a little bit of a loop. Did I put that on right or wrong? No, that is clearly right. Interesting that it's so tight. Okay, and then it's flattened again and facing upwards. Is it so tight? It's supposed to like click in. No, doesn't seem like it is. It seems like it's supposed to just stop there. Maybe it's supposed to click in. I really can't tell from that direction. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to click all the way in. Alright, so first thing, be careful with that. Be careful with these shoulder pad joints here. They're in a very tiny peg, and you have to put a lot of pressure on them to get them to click. Alright, so which set of shoulders do we want? I think Oda's is... I'm not 100% sure. I think he has the round light, if I remember right. The box would tell me. Let's look at the box. Oda has... It doesn't show, because the lights are on the back of the shoulder. Oda's got the square light. Okay. So we'll go ahead and clip these out. So yeah, it's definitely cool that there's another company building giant robots. That's a sentence. You know, because Bandai does a great job, but Bandai doesn't cover everything, right? Like, Bandai made some Patlabor kits, but like they're from the 80s and they're horrible. So like the fact that another company is doing stuff is really cool. Because I think they also these guys did some Full Metal Panic stuff. And sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. I should just flip to Oda's shoulders, but I'm not because I'm a dummy. Because these instructions are for building the Unit 1 shoulders. And I'm just trying to like hodgepodge them into building Oda's shoulders. Oh, nice and easy there. But yeah, like, they're doing a bunch of other stuff that I don't recognize, which is cool. I mean, like, always cool to see new stuff. Plus, I'll be super honest, I haven't really watched anime in, like, years. I've watched a few bits and bobs here and there, and then I watch whatever new Gundam comes out, and that's, like, it. Like, I'm on a bunch of Warhammer Discords, and they're like, blah, 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 this anime, that anime, that anime, and I'm like, sure, bro, that's cool. I got nothing, man. Alright, so let's see. Okay. That's the rest of the shoulders. We're not going to need those for right now. I'll build the rest of them later. Okay. We're just trying to get one guy built so we can see how it goes. Okay, now we need D4. Yeah, see here it's telling you to use that part for Oda. Or, like 99% sure his name's Oda. The Unit 2, I should just say. Because I really haven't watched Patlabor in a billion years. But I love the design still. So yeah, it's saying use this for the Unit 2, I'm assuming, because that's one of the differences. That's Unit 1. Ah, okay, yeah, God, I'm so stupid. Unit 1 shoulders, Unit 2 shoulders, right there, nice and clear. I just did not read the instructions enough to pay attention. A little bit of a loose fit. Alright, now we need D13 and 15. So it's going to build some kind of like hand joint, looks like. So yeah, he should be a pretty decent size. Should be a little bit bigger than a normal sized high grade. And once we get something meaningful assembled, we'll break out some more kits and compare them up and stuff. All right, now we need the wrists. I'm just going to take both of these while I'm here. Okay, then we're jumping around a bunch. We need F3s. The instructions are interesting. They're definitely not Bandai style instructions because, like, they have multiple steps in one thing. To be honest, they're actually a little bit more like Lego instructions. I'm like not used to it at all. Like, a lot of the Gunpla instructions nowadays, they're just like literally just one step. That's all you do. So you just do that one step and that's like it. So when this is like, do this, 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 and this, I'm like, huh? What? Oh, you're dumb. Please help. Okay, there we go. There we go. Don't want to knock any of the pieces around. It does look like there are a bunch of extras here. Still don't want to lose anything if we can help it. We'll put this one together as well. Ah, okay, yeah. I didn't pay attention. It does tell you ×2 in the instructions. So they are doing a lot of the same stuff Bandai does. I'm apparently missing it a bunch. But yeah, a lot of the same tricks there, a lot of the same stuff like that. Like the symbol for you should glue this or do 2 of these, that all looks very, very similar. A lot of it is just like not where I'm used to looking for it, I guess. Even things where it's like do 1, 2, 3, and 4 like that. Like do this in order kind of stuff. Even that is the same symbols as Bandai. It does seem interesting. There's no poly caps in this. It's entirely plastic. Which will delight some people, but I never understood the hate for poly caps, to be honest. I know some people really didn't like them, but Some of these fits are really, really tight. Like super tight. Like worrying tight. So just be aware of that if you are building this. And some of them are a little loose, like the edges of the shoulder pads. Like I would probably hit those with glue if I wasn't planning on painting this guy. I would almost certainly glue those. But I want to be able to take the shoulders apart, so we're not going to. In case I want to paint him, because I think I do definitely want to paint this guy. Alright, now it wants me to go into the accessories. Interesting, okay. See, with Bandai, like, this would be a separate step at the very end where you build, like, all the gubbins and weapons and stuff. No, it's I. It looks like you're just doing them as we go here. Which is cool. Not a bad thing. Okay, so here's the baton. And then we need I, wherever the hell that is. There it is. Okay, I2. I2. Am I still on camera? Nice. Alright. Yeah, I'm not used to building Gunpla on camera, so. Gotta really force that in there. And we need the shield, which was on one of these. There it is. Just the little buckler. But yeah, man, Patlabor was a cool series. Actually, no, it wasn't. It's horrible. It's super bad and cheesy and weird. The movies were cool, though. They were, as my family put it, very, very boring. But I was always a big fan because they were like kind of technical, which I enjoyed. Not overly so, but it's one of the things that appealed to me, like how the stuff breaks and all is very I don't know, it makes a lot of sense, I guess. You know, there's a bunch of science put into like how the guns work and stuff like that. I always thought it was cool. You know, like what kind of shells their weapons have, considering they're in like, you know, human like populated areas, and what happens if they like were to miss and stuff like that. So I always thought it was cool. Now we can rock and roll a little bit. And I've got the hang of these instructions, I think. I just need to pay better attention to the instructions than I would like a 30-minute mission kit or something. And we are golden. But yeah, all the joints feel nice and tight. All the nubs definitely feel manageable. I'm not super polishing them down here, but they're definitely manageable. They're not like overly crazy or anything like that, like super giant nubs or anything. You know, like everything's not like perfectly integrated or whatever, but most of them are out of the way or very, very tiny. There's nothing like crazy giant nubs here at all. And all the detail is super good. Some of it's probably not coming through in the camera because it's just white, but there's panel lining and little rivet holes and stuff all over this stuff. It's going to be really, really a joy to paint, to be honest. And Or at the very least, a jointed panel line, right? Like, even if you're not planning on painting this, like, it's going to be really nice to panel line. I am a little worried about some of the joints because there are no poly caps. And because some of the joints are very, very tight. But oh. Phone is jangling. See what we got. Alright. That is my friend telling us he doesn't want to play Valheim with us, basically. Which is fine. That's cool, man. That's cool. Alright. Next looks like we're building the chest. Okay, so that's a bunch more of this weird kind of gross pink color. Let's see, we need G9 and I11. Ah, so this is like the neck and stuff. That's what this is. Alright, what else do we need while I have it here in my hand? 13, 14, 15, 10. Yeah, this looks like shoulders, which is nice. I didn't think this kit actually had any kind of moving shoulders. So, that's really nice to see, actually. Be able to get a nice, like, hopefully a nice, like, swinging back with the baton pose. 15, 10. There. I will say these things aren't crazy numbered like GW sprues are, where like you'll have like number 1 and then it'll go to like 67 and then like 84. No, they're very logical. They're top, bottom, left, right. Nice and clear. And we have another one of those weird push all the way through plugs. I'll have to do that in a second. We'll put these little pistons here in the neck like that. And then another one of these weird push all the way through plugs. I will say I don't like these push all the way through plugs. I don't like that at all. A bunch of the kits from the 80s used to have these. They just make it really hard sometimes to remove the bits when you need to like paint them or whatever. Come on. Come on. Alright, I need to get tweezers or something. There we go. Yeah, not a fan of this push all the way through plugs. But they are what they are. Okay, so now we need part number G12, which looks like the bottom of the waist to me. And we need G8, which looks like a joint for that. Okay. So it looks like there will be some moving waist action there, which will be nice. Okay. Blurp. Yeah, definitely don't build anything on this thing wrong, because some of these things are so tight you're never getting them apart. Which isn't necessarily bad. It means it's not gonna, like, the joints aren't gonna get, like, weak over time or anything like that, which is good. But man, it's also a little worrying. Just make sure you don't build any of it wrong. There we go. Does that click down too? Doesn't say that it does. It's not sitting flush though, so I worry. Okay, no, it doesn't click down. Alright. Moving on to some armor for the body. Let's see if the armor fits. If it doesn't, we'll have to figure out what's up with that next. Not sitting flush. And then we're going to need some black pieces. See, a not crazy number of pieces, which isn't bad. It's not a bad thing. It's also not, you know, it's not like a crazy, like, perfect grade build or anything like that either. Which isn't bad. Just, you know, be aware of it. I'm not sure if this is how a lot of these Modoroid kits are, as I've never built one before. Like, if this is their normal, like, degree of building or not. How they chose to design some of it's a little obnoxious. Some of these parts are really tight. Okay. Yeah, some of these are really tight. There's just the tiniest bit of nub on that, which was keeping it from sliding in. Then again, it's not bad. You just gotta be aware of it, you know. There we go. And it slides in nice and clean. Yeah, just got to be aware that it's going to be that tight. It's not bad. It's just, you know, be prepared for it kind of thing. Oh, the neck might have been going on wrong because I had it on backwards. No, I didn't. What? Alright, hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. I was trying to put the chest on upside down. God, this is such a simple build, but it's kicking my ass. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Alright, now we need the bottom of the chest, which is not on that sprue. It's on sprue number B, which is, let's see. B5. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then I'm pretty sure that's the battery pack. Pretty sure that's what this is. Okay, and then H5. And I need H1 as well, which is a little clippy clip. I will say, because of the like industrial nature of all the labor stuff, this is going to be very, very fun to like detail up. Like, just because, you know, these things are a little bit more human scale than, say, a Gunpla is. So you can do things like handholds and stowage and that kind of stuff on these, which should be a lot of fun. I'm particularly looking forward to the let's start putting them together. But yeah, I'm particularly looking forward to the Bulldog for that. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to try to do that kind of stuff with. You know, like do little handholds, and then maybe like some like graffiti and stuff, like where someone sprayed the legs. Oh yeah, it's not a bad size at all. Yeah, got some good movement there, it looks like. Ooh, that's actually way better than I expected it to be. Yeah, that's pretty badass. There's some up and down as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. The shoulder pad technically wiggles up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty great. Okay. Yeah, so let's get the radio arrays on there. And then we'll finish the neck up, which is I-15. I do like that you have multiple of this radio array, because like or antenna, I guess. Because like if you were to break any parts of it, it'd probably be the antennas and stuff. That's G. There's I. Looking for the neck piece. Where is the neck piece? There it is. And the big ball goes on the bottom. Giggity. There we go. And then the head goes on there. Just like that. There we go. We have a little patrol labor. There is no pilot in there, which is interesting. Ooh, stay down, please. This chest piece keeps wanting to lift up. I don't know why. Yeah, there is no pilot in there. Usually you can see the pilot sort of through the neck a little bit, but it's all good. Still looks really badass. This chest piece keeps wanting to lift up. I don't know why. But yeah, that's super, super cool. He's looking great. Alright, so let's keep going. Next, it looks like we're building its robot junk. So, it looks like a bunch of G pieces. It looks like there is going to be a leg up, leg down mechanism, which is really badass. So to be able to get into some really cool poses there. But yeah, overall, this is not a bad build. The instructions were slightly different than Bandai. I just had to get used to them, but like they're good. They're good now. No complaints from me on them now. They're super good. Just had to get the hang of them a little bit. Caution, caution. Assuming that means caution, do not clip these off. A4, A3. And then A9 here. Oh, and the toe winch detail. Let's see if we can see that. Yeah, you can actually, the toe winch detail is actually there. That's really cool. It is in a separate color, I mean, which is fine. but definitely it's cool that the detail's there. All right. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I was not expecting that joint, but that's cool that it's there. We're missing a piece there. Alright, we'll figure that out. Don't want to go connecting that yet. Yeah, some of these are really loose and some are really tight. Just gotta be aware when you're building it. Ah, there's the waste piece. Alright, we'll put it on when it tells us to. We'll put it on when it tells us to. I'm gonna move some legs. And this will be our first dead runner. Alright, sweet. Our first runner is complete. Knocking him out. Oh wait, no. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, I clipped the wrong shit out. I'm a genius. Alright. Well, ignore me. I'm clipping all the wrong things out, apparently. Apparently what we want is actually these. I didn't pay attention, it looked like the right piece, but I guess that's going to be the upper thigh, not the hip. Hello. Sorry, I did check chat for a little bit. Outside of the basing and then coloring the small details like the cod, please. How else are you going to improve your gas goal? The thing already looks like human competitions. I appreciate that because I've been looking at it way too much and I fucking hate it now. Like I super hate it. But he's gonna get some more basing, so that's gonna be fun. And he's gonna get some chrome highlights. So I have a liquid chrome pen. So he's gonna be getting some chrome highlights after he's top coated. And I know you're not supposed to top coat competition models, but I want to play with him afterwards, and I don't want to put like plants and stuff on his base if I'm going to top coat him after that. Okay, so am I building this correctly? Let me see. No. All right. There's a very handy dandy instructions here. Let's try to read it because I'm a derpy and just clipped everything out. Okay, so this, and then the leg goes in and the folds go up like that. Alright, so that is correct. maybe I grabbed the wrong one there. That is correct. Okay. Okay, so you just have to... The leg, you just follow the instructions. The leg goes a specific way, the folds do. That's weird, but not terrible. I'm happy they included direction for that. Oh, top coating is basically covering your model with a layer of clear paint. You do it for like protection. So like I top coat everything I make, usually. Just because I don't want them to chip or scratch or anything when I'm playing with them. Lots of people don't like to do that for competition because it dulls the colors ever so slightly. So if you have like really, really nice, like tight blends and stuff, you're not going to see it. Or if you have really, really fine texturing to the paint, which is something people do in scale modeling a lot, it'll fill that in and you won't see it anymore. So yeah, so I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to top coat him later today so that I can finish working on him. My goal is to drop him off. For anyone that doesn't know, what we're talking about is this guy. He is my Iron Brush Hawaii competition piece. He's also the leader of my WA boys. So there we go. Alright. Okay, what am I looking for now? I 1 and 8. But yeah, I do want to try a bunch of scale modeling stuff out on this Patlabor. Because I've been watching a scale modeler called Night Shift. He does a bunch of tank scale modeling. I think he does other stuff too, but I've only seen his tank videos. But I've been watching him, and I want to try some of his techniques out on these labors because they're like the same kind of scale. So the stuff that he's talking about will actually like apply to it, whereas like it doesn't really apply to like a full-size gunpla or anything like that, just because they're such a different scale. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now let's see. We need some leg armor. We need B11. The legs are different on the Labor because it has a pistol holster in one side. So we are going to try to follow the directions a little bit closer than I probably have been so far. B3. Just to make sure I don't mess up the leg holster. Okay. And then D2. But yeah, Gaz is he's gonna get some liquid chrome. He's gonna get a little bit more weathering after he's top coated, and then his base is gonna get some love. And that's about it. Hopefully I will drop him off Monday after work. That's my plan anyway. To drop him off for the competition then. I'm missing a piece still. I need I need this little clip here. And it says to glue this in place. I'm trying not to glue anything. But there is no holder at all for this in there. So we're going to have to. We just won't glue it to the leg. We'll glue it to the armor. There we go. wipe off any excess that's on there. I glued it like a dummy. I should have put it in and glued it, but we'll do that for the other side. There we go. Okay. So then so far are you going, so how far at least the top half built? So I'm guessing halfway. Are you on the gun to build? Oh, how far am I on the build? We're pretty far in. This is almost one leg. This is the top half of the labor, and then I've got. We might be able to get to this on stream. This is the other robot that comes with him as well, because this is the this is a Patlabor, this is a Patlabor and a Bulldog like construction robot set. And the construction robot's much smaller than the labor, like it's about half as tall. It's about half as complex, so he should go really quick than the labor. So D3, and then I need D1, which is right here. That's a weird printing scale error. Yeah, it's supposed to replicate a scene from, I think, the first Patlabor movie, where they go out to investigate like a construction robot that's tearing apart somebody's house, and they realize that the guy inside is not the one doing it. It's just the robot going bonkers. That's what it's supposed to replicate, I think. So you get pieces to build labor unit 1 or labor unit 2. You don't get enough pieces to build both, unfortunately. So you can build the labor that comes in the box as unit 1 or unit 2. And then you get enough pieces to build a Bulldog as well, which is the like tractor construction guy. I'm surprised no one thought of a wargaming system using Gundam scale models. There's some fan-made stuff. There's also Ash Barker, the guy that does Guerrilla Miniature Games, has something called Gamma Wolves. And I looked at the rules for it because I watched him play a game of it, and it's like weirdly complex. Like it's a lot closer to like BattleTech or something like that than Warhammer. You know how like BattleTech is like super crunchy. Same kind of deal. His war game seems very crunchy. What I mean by that is the rules are very dense. Like there's a lot of them, it seems like. So I'd say something looks like it's missing now. It's supposed to go up like that. Alright, nice. That's a leg. It's kind of weird there's only one joint bend there, because it really looks like there should be two. That's kind of weird. I kind of wish this was a double joint instead of just the one piece. I mean, it's okay, but it would be a lot cooler if it was a double joint. Alright, let's... Okay, next one up. Next one is the one with the holster in it. Yeah. There's always neat interactions with Crunchyroll sets, and then there's interactions where I'm like, this sucks. Like Necromunda is a really good example of that. Like having to reload and stuff, I think is really neat. But like some of the other effects, I'm just like, nah, that sucks. Okay, so this goes in there. Are we still on camera? Again, this is really, really, really tight. Yeah, that's super tight. This goes like that, and then this goes like this, and this goes like this. Ugh. Give me a sec. Yeah, this one's just mega tight for some reason. That is something I've noticed with this kit. A lot of it is, there's a weird mix of like things that are very tight and things that are very loose. Alright, so let's clip all the armor out since we're here. B2. And then this one's the inside armor piece. Yeah, the pitting system is actually exactly what I was thinking of. And the whole way, like, you can, like, coup de grace people and stuff like that. It's just very weird. It's sort of outside the normal interactions. But yeah, it'd definitely be cool if they made, like a actual Gundam game for these. That would be super cool. It's a bunch of anime about people playing like a Gundam video game with their models. There's a couple series of it. It's pretty fun, like conceptually. It's a little bit more kiddie, but the anime's not bad. And it has a talking giant ferret, which is pretty fucking rad, so. Okay. Alright, let me actually just follow the fucking directions. I'm being a derp again. Okay. G14. I will say I really like this color. This like off-white is really nice. It works really good for nubs too. They're very hard to see. Okay, there we go. And we'll glue that in so it doesn't rattle around. All right. Shooting abilities. Use the battle tech rolls for movement and combat. You definitely could. I mean, I think Gamma Wolves is an attempt at something like that, but it seemed a little complex from the little bit I saw of it. I did only watch one game though, so. Alright. Oh, crap. This is why you follow the instructions, kids. This is why you pay attention to what you're doing. Come on. Come on. So, can confirm, very hard to get apart. Because tight. There we go. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I know you want to. Come on. Ah. So close. There we go. Alright. Okay, so this is the front leg facing. The hip connects like that. This goes on this side. Like this. And this goes like this. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Excuse me. Oh, man. The issue with that is how many models you'd have to have on board. Because if you're using 1v1, it's kind of renders the game one-sided unless there's an alternating system. Like one model versus one model, you mean? Or do you mean like one player versus one player? So I mean, like, I don't know. I like alternating systems. I think they're the way everything should be. Alright. So yeah, I've been building now for an hour and 12 minutes, minus the like 5 or 10 minutes I spent talking about this kit in the beginning, and I almost have her together. Got a good chunk of it together, which is nice. So, not a super long build, which is both good and bad, right? You don't have to agree to paint this thing for the rest of your life, or to work on this thing for the rest of your life, which is nice. And you know, there are little complex bits which are interesting. There are some pretty big portions, though, I will say. Did I clip the ankle armor out? Like things like the big chunk of the inner of the leg being just one piece. I am kind of sad there's not a double joint there, especially given that like human poses and stuff would work really well for this kit. I am kind of sad there's no double joint there, but it's okay. Okay, let's see. We have this here. Now we're going to get into building that joint. Okay. Wants me to glue the top piece there. I can do that. It wants me to put this like that. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what it's trying to get me to do. Okay, so it wants me to do that, like that, and then put this in here. I think. Except something's not lining up. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yeah, because it wants this to be able to tinge like that. So So this guy, I think, needs to go technically on the inside. So let's... Yeah, some of it's a little fiddly, I'm not gonna lie. It probably would have been smarter if there had been like a separate hinge you assemble and then the armor goes onto it, instead of turning the armor into the hinge. And then it all just clicks and it works perfect. So maybe I just didn't have the magic touch there for a minute. Alright, and then that does that. And we can put the pistol down in there, which is cool. Robot crotch. Okay, let's see. Moving the page. Moving the page. Oh. Let's put him together. Where's that waist piece? There it is. Okay. There we go. Looks like this just goes down over that, like that. And then that connects up to the body, like... Nope, have it backwards. I'm happy there's going to be some waist. The movement is so far has been very good, except for that, except for the legs being single joint. Everything else has been pretty great. There we go. And then I broke that leg piece. Stay together. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. One second. Okay, so these joints, because of the way that they go together, when you tilt the leg, you're actually putting pressure on the joint, which is really annoying. So when you put these together, you're probably going to want to glue these, to be honest, if you want to pose the kit around, like on your desk or whatever. Otherwise they're going to keep popping apart. Yeah, see, it already did it again. Just anytime you try to twist the leg, it's going to put pressure on that joint because of how it's built. So like, because it's easier to pop the joint apart than it is to spin the leg. So, something to consider when you build yours, if you build yours. If you get one, if you're like, man, I need a Patrol, Labor, and Bulldog AVN set in my life. Pretty cool. Alright. Let's get those feet built. These boots were made for walking. That's just what they'll do. Looks like we'll get some movement in the foot, which is nice. Go. So we're approaching sort of the end of the build of the Ingram. I was planning on streaming for 2 hours, so I'm going to keep going on to the Bulldog, get him built as well. But initial ideas for the Ingram, pretty nice. Yeah, it's not a bad kit. There's a couple of design errors, I think it has. Specifically that hip, how if you want to twist the hip, it's going to put pressure onto the joint of the hip. I think that's a design mistake. And I'm not particularly happy that it only has one knee joint. Kind of wish it had two, because then it could get into a little bit more realistic poses. It's not the end of the world, but it would definitely have been nice, especially given that there's clearly enough space for a double joint there. How the chest assembled was very interesting. Because it's like this reverse stacking armor, and I was very happy to see the joints and the shoulders. Because this is a, you know, it's a police mech. It uses baton to hit a lot of people. So, well, not people, like God, you would turn into mush, but like other robots and stuff. Like if this thing hit you with its baton, it would be like the Hulk hitting you with a freaking light post. I will note that none of the instructions are in English, which is fine. Just be aware of it. And be aware that some of the notes, like it's telling me something here and I can't read it. I'm not sure what it's saying, you know. A lot of the instructions are very clear though. And if you're used to the Bandai symbols, they're using the same ones here. They just don't put them into the same places. So like they're off to the side instead of being up by this step number. So as soon as you realize it and see it, it doesn't make sense, but otherwise it's like it confused me at first, but now that I get the hang of it, I'm good. Alright, so we have D5. You do get some extra pieces, so you can build the different units if you want to. And if you want to build Unit 1 or Unit 2, which is very cool, including the extra weapons, so you get the shotgun. And it does look like you do get a full set of pieces to color for those. Like, so like you're not parts forming the shoulders or the head or anything like that. You actually get a whole separate head and a whole separate shoulders, which is really neat. We also haven't gotten there yet, but it looks like you get a ton of hand options. So we'll be building those next, I think. Yep, next. Okay. And then the foot goes on like that. So weirdly it told me to glue that piece, but that piece was really tight, so the foot's got a little bit of bend in it, which is nice. There we go. One foot's. So yeah, some of the engineering is really nice, and some of the details are really, really cool. Like the detail on the bottom of the foot there is super cool. Let's see, it's a little hard to see because it's black on black, but it's super cool. There we go. But some of the design stuff is a little annoying, like how the hips there work, or the fact there's only one joint on the legs. There we go. Let's build him some hands, and then he's technically fully built. These hands are either one piece for the grabby hands, or they are two pieces for the shooty hands, it looks like. So let's put the pistol down in the leg and see if that works. Chunk. And there is Unit 02. Oh wait, his shoulders aren't done. Put those on. Ugh. Grab the pre-colored red one. I don't think they did a particularly bad job. I will, when I paint these guys, I'll paint the insides of these silver so that they stand out a little. Oh, that's actually really cool. Look, there's actually, you can actually see the police lights inside the cover. That's really cool. That's a cool detail. I thought those were just like holders to hold the thing on, but it's actually the lights. Yeah, this kit is filled with lots of neat little details like that. And there he is. That's our Unit 2 AV-98 Ingram for the Japanese Patrol Labor Force. I'm a little worried about moving the legs. That's the way his hips are made. But he's pretty darn rad. There he is. Yeah. It's not a bad build either, and nice and quick. So we'll put him. Let's see if there's anything else we want to build. Oh, let's build some of the extra stuff. Let's build like the shotgun and some extra hands and stuff like that. Let's take all these extra parts here. They're all for building the secondary kit. Let's build the shotgun and stuff. Let's get the baton out as well. It's gonna need that to enforce justice on runaway robots. Nice little baton. I'm quite happy how detailed the shotgun is. It looks very detailed. Especially with the fact the stock collapses and stuff, I think is really cool. Some nice little wire detail on these pieces here. For the extendy arm. Some other piece of the extendy arm. We got the rest of the shotgun. And boom, another dead runner. Add it to the pile. Alright, so let's build the extending arm first because it's got the littlest pieces. It looks like it's only a couple little tiny pieces too, so this one goes in there. I don't know why that had to be a separate piece, but it's okay. It's cool. And this goes like that. I love it. Alright, nice and easy. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's a nice little detail there. Let's get that a little closer to the camera. It's a neat little detail there. Little wires and stuff. I dig it. That's rad. Okay, and then we do the shotgun. With its like combat foldy stock. This is an ugly ass color for a shotgun, I will say. It super needs to get painted. But we're going to be painting the whole thing anyway, so it's cool. Yeah, it's nice. Alright, now let's get some hands for these weapons. Here we go. There's also grabby hands, it looks like, for the batons, and punching hands. And boom. Okay. So I think, if I remember right, Oda is left-handed. Nope, those apparently go to a different set of hands. Betting they're these ones. I'm literally sitting on the instruction page and I'm like, which hands go to which? Kind of thought they'd be the ones near them, but I guess not. Alright, so that's... Nope, clearly not those either. God, fail at every shot. It's gotta be these ones. They're the only ones left. Here we go. Alright. Okay. Now, once again with feeling. These are a little finicky. They're a little finicky, but nothing terrible. Alright, let's actually put the shotgun in the other hand. Alright, there's the shotgun. Fit's not perfect in the hands, but still looks pretty damn good. Yeah, that looks pretty damn good. I like that. That's cool. Ready to enforce justice on rogue construction vehicles. And we got lots of neat extras that we built too. Let's see if there's anything else in the instructions. There's alternate pieces for the backs. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Okay, so if you want to get further bend out of the leg, this is a really klutzy way to do this, but it's neat. You can actually take the piece of armor off the back of the leg and swap it to a smaller one. That's pretty cool, actually. I might actually leave the smaller one on all the time. But definitely pretty cool. Alright. Well, let's see if there's anything else in here. Nope, that looks like pretty much it on that one. Alright, let's see. It's 1:30. Do we want to build the construction robot too? Hell yeah, we do. Why not? But yeah, he's pretty damn great. It is kind of Zaku-y. It's like Gundam and what the hell is the name of that thing? Apple something. Appleseed. It's like Gundam and Appleseed had a baby. But yeah, definitely cool. Cool shit. Alright. Let's build the other guy. He looks really, really simple. So, he's literally like that's it. So let's go ahead and build him. Yeah. Let me grab his runners. Ugh. Okay. Let's see. We need B4. Oh, these are separate. These are BDs. Okay. Let's see. We need BD4, BD5. It's these guys. So this is like a construction droid. Not droid. Droid's incorrect. This is like a construction vehicle. Go. So, yeah. I am super looking forward to trying out some scale modeling stuff on these guys. I've been watching Scale Modeling Night Shift show, and I want to try a lot of the stuff I've seen on there. That's on wrong. Yeah. This is why you read the instructions, kid, and don't just clip out random shit. Like I do. Instructions are nice and clear. I just am stubborn, I guess. Alright, so this is BE4 and BE3. I will say the fact that they like scale some of the parts up in the instructions is a little confusing, because like I was expecting these to be big parts. Kanji, not specifically kanji. I used to be able to write and read hiragana and katakana, and I can still do it a little bit, and I remember a little bit of conversational Japanese. So I can hold the most jank, shitty conversation ever in Japanese. I've actually been meaning to start back picking it up. But I haven't. I tend to do it like when I'm. Well, I've been meaning to start picking it back up like when I'm working, queuing it up in the background, and learning and browsing and cleaning up my conversational Japanese. But yeah, definitely not kanji. There's way too many fucking of them. But yeah, I took it in college. Took a little bit of Japanese in college, not a ton. I had to have a language requirement, and they were offering it, so I was like, hell yeah. I remember sitting in there. There was always a kid that came into class in a Naruto headband. So that was a thing. I actually wonder, he was a history major. I don't remember his name. He was a history major. And I often wonder what happened to Naruto Kid. Like, what became of Naruto Boy? Like, where in the world are you now, Naruto-chan? I don't know. Naruto-san. Senpai-chan. Kawaii des. Oh. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't watched anime in so long, man. I watched little bits and bobs. I watched Goblin Slayer, and I enjoyed it. I didn't finish it, though. I have this really nasty habit of, like, getting, like, 95% of the way through something and then not finishing it. Like, He gathered his chakra and became the fifth something. Okay. I'm going to assume that's all Naruto references. I have no idea. I've actually never seen Naruto. I just know the headbands and some of them have weird eyes. And I think the main character turns into like an angry kitsune looking thing, I think. Like, I think that's about all I know about Naruto, to be honest. But I haven't really seen anime in forever. I wanted to watch Parasite because I read the manga, but I never actually watched it. I was trying to get my husband to watch it with me, but he wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. In case anyone watching is wondering what I'm doing, I'm just like, I saw the pieces that are required for the next couple steps, and I just decided to like mass clip them out. All right. But yeah, I mean, like this anime is from like the 80s. Like, I watched it as a kid and it was old even back then. Yeah, Parasite the Maxim. Yeah, I wanted to watch it. I read the whole manga. Because when I was in game development, I would come home from working and it was really hard for me to like turn my brain off. So I would stay up. How the hell does this connect? Like that, right? Like that makes sense, but then this is like hitting. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Hold on one sec. Oh, God. Okay, that was so obvious. Why did I not get that? Okay. There we go. I thought it was like a free spinning thing. It's not. It goes in one direction. Okay. But yeah, Parasite the Maxim. I read the whole manga. I really enjoyed it. But I never watched the anime. It definitely had some like weird moments, like when the like, I don't even know what you would call it, like the I guess parasite. Durr, when like the parasite turns the guy's arm into a giant boner, because it's trying to figure out the human body. It has some, it definitely has some silly moments like that, but besides that, it was pretty good. I mean, those were good too. They were just like, they didn't fit the rest of the tone of the show, which is like kind of serious. There's the guy, the fat guy who has the parasite basically as his lungs, and all the cool like dog creatures and stuff that got converted. And there's like super mega parasite muscle man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I've also been wanting to watch Sweet Home, which is like a Korean horror movie thing based on a webtoon. I read the entire webtoon. I really enjoyed it. Up until the end. I thought the end kind of sucked, but up until the end, I enjoyed it. Robot hands. Another good one you might like since you like Parasite, Dead Man Wonderland. Anime and manga where the dog transforms and starts talking and the guy's like, please stop talking. Blood Science Jail. Okay, I mean, you know what? Blood Science Jail doesn't seem like a nice place, but I mean, it could be, right? You know, it could be like, oh, you know, I want a nice relaxing weekend. I'm going to go to Blood Science Jail. I mean, you probably wouldn't do that because it's probably not a nice relaxing place, but who knows, right? It's like when you play a video game or something and like the places are all named like Death Hell Cove and there's like a whole fucking town of people there and you're like, why do you people live in Death Hell Cove? Like, for real. Go to any of the other zones. Alright. But yeah, I like this. I like the design of the Bulldog a lot. It's got a really nice, like, the construction vibe is nice, and it also, like, has kind of a, like, Subnautic looking vibe to it. Like, I could see it easily, like, going into a bay and doing some, like, underwater work. Alright. That's backwards? No? Yeah, no, that's what I was right. Still wrong. No, it's right. There are some empty sections, like here. You can see there's actually a hole there. I'm not super happy about that, but the labor itself has them too. It's kind of a letdown. The detail there is great. Look at the little detail in the vents. See if we can get that in the camera focus. You got lots of little arm grabs and stuff. It's probably as edgy as Mirage. Nikki, if you've seen Mirai Nikki. No, I have not. I haven't seen, especially recent anime, like, I haven't seen it, like, anything. Like, this is an anime from when I was a kid, and even then it was old. Like there was an anime convention that I grew up going to called Otakon, in Baltimore, and eventually it became into Washington, D.C. But, like, straight up, like, it... Do I not build the hips? When do I build the hips? Did I miss building the hips? No, the hips get built here. Okay. But, like, straight up, I went the last year I was in Maryland with my sister. I took her. I was like, come on, old time's sake, you and me, we're gonna go to this convention. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. We took a lot of pictures and we bought a lot of shit, and it was a good time. And then I think we went to... I think I took her to get Indian food after that, but I don't remember. I think I picked my husband up and then we went and got Indian food. But it was a good time. But, you know, like, it was funny because I didn't know any of the animes, like, at all. Like, people were cosplaying and I was like, you're cosplaying as an anime. I know that. I don't know which one that is, though. I was like, there's anime cosplay there, but not one I recognize. Like, yeah. But anyway, back to the original Otakon story. I went to Otakon. I actually cosplayed as a Patlabor pilot, and, you know, nobody knew who I was, right? Because this was an anime that, like, nobody cared about when everyone's there because they watched Toonami and they saw Evangelion and they think they're edgy now. You know? I have not been to one yet. I went to what is it called? I went to Comic-Con, but I have not been to Kawaii-Con. Oh, damn it. I snipped the end off that light. That's why I gotta pay attention, kids. I gotta pay attention. Yeah, I haven't been to Kawaii-Con. It sounds like fun, though. I used to work with the guy that would help run it, but he actually just quit. He just retired the other day. So yeah, so there's the light that I snipped off like a dummy. I'm not going to glue it down because I do want to spray this, and I don't want to get the clear pieces. Alrighty. Almost done. Almost done. Might run a little over the 2 hours. There we go. But yeah, I've been to Otakon and a bunch of other conventions that had anime stuff at them. I'm looking to go into Kawaii-Con when everything chills out. Again, it's going to be one of those things where like I go and like I have fun, but like I know like probably like 1/100th of the stuff that's there kind of thing. I'll be like, oh, there's Gundams. I know that. You know? And that'll be probably like the height of my knowledge. I'm just clipping out all the parts for the legs because each one of these sprues, thankfully, is actually a leg. It's all the joints for a leg, so I'm just clipping them all out at the same time. Same thing with I did with the arms. So you're gonna put it together nice and quick. This guy's actually so simple, you could probably actually just clip all the pieces out and then put him together from like a Lego pile. He doesn't really have any small bits or anything. Definitely a cool like inclusion though, you know, to have something like one of the little labors. Far too often the main series or like model series and stuff, they just make like the main antagonist or the main protagonist and that's it. And it's like, but I want to be able to pose it up with something on my desk, you know what I mean? Like, and give it all these guns and stuff, but it's not like there's other models for it to fight, you know? And honestly, I'm actually super, super excited about getting to do the the tractory bits of this and getting to weather it and texture it and stuff like that. It's going to be really fun. Nice. How big is Kawaii-Con? I got the feeling it was pretty big. Because, like, I've been to New York Comic-Con, and that was ridiculously big. Like, that was too big. Like, on Saturday, it was so crowded, it wasn't fun anymore. Like, me and my husband, we got there... No, we got there on Thursday. And then we got there on Thursday and Friday. And then we didn't have tickets for Saturday or something like that. No, we didn't have tickets Friday. So we went Thursday, Saturday. He has a lot of Gundam stuff. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I love Gundam stuff. I mean, you guys have all seen my cabinets. I think the thing I'm most proud of is getting my GBWC award, so... You know, as far as like modeling and stuff. But yeah, like New York Comic Con, it was really fun, but it was too big. Like if I ever wanted to do it again, we're at it. The Hawaii Convention Center, where I saw all those packed sardines. Oh, nice. So it was pretty big then. So Hawaii Convention Center is pretty big. I went the New York, not the New York Comic Con, but the Hawaii Comic Con I went to there was it was you know, it was there. It was nice. That convention center is actually really cool because it's all open air. So anyone that doesn't know, they the Hawaii Convention Center is an open air convention center. So they have like a indoor kind of waterfall thing on the roof that generates the cooling for the building. Does a pretty good job. It's sort of like the if you've ever been to the Pittsburgh Convention Center, they have a similar thing where they have a waterfall system under the building that you can drive through. I remember I had both set up there as well. No, I'm actually Econ. Nice. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I think I saw them at Comic-Con as well. Ironically, I think on the way back, I stopped and bought some Warhammer stuff at the actual store. I think Nikki was there holding down the fort, if I remember right. Since I was down there, I think I stopped and bought some paints or something. Alright. Oh, I've fallen off camera there. Yeah, the elevator is kind of spooky in the Hawaii Convention Center because it just goes straight up. It's kind of spooky for someone that's a little bit afraid of heights. Alright, go. Junk. Oh. So yeah, much simpler on this guy than the labor itself. Less moving parts and stuff. This guy is more akin to like an old high grade from like the 90s. But he's pretty damn cool. He's pretty big too. Alright, so let's get some... Alright, so let's check him out. Let's see, he's got waist movement. He has a knock his hand out of the holder movement. Got some arm movement, in and out, up and down. The hand's a ball joint. Legs, nice and simple, little joint. Ankle's a joint. For like a really simple little kind of like pack-in, he's awesome. He's super cool. He's got nice clear parts. Yeah, that's pretty great. So there he is with the labor. So pretty tall too. Pretty tall there. So let's measure them up to some other stuff. So here is a 30 minutes missions kit. So he's about the same size. Let me grab the Gundam Sandrock. He was in a weird pose, so I'm trying to straighten him out for the camera. Gundam Sandrock. So he's about the size of a normal high grade like you sessions on insurance thing to sort of ground people into reality. Another more adult-oriented piece I made later in the night too. That one was pretty fun. Hold on, I feel like I'm missing call it the realms. They're interesting how they have post meetings. The Hema thing, some medieval arts. Oh, that's really cool. It's neat they did that they had extra stuff running in addition to that. So yeah, so there's the size. He's about the size of a normal high grade. It's about the size of him. So if we grab a skanky robot girl, so he's shorter than a skanky robot girl. How big is he compared to Gazgul? Alright, we can do Gazgul as well. Put the skanky robot girl back. So here's Gazgul. So Gazgul is about the same size as the construction bot. He's a little more stubby. If we want to keep going with Warhammer, we can do Imperial Knight. So he comes up to about the head of the Imperial Knight. And this guy is about the waist of the Imperial Knight. And if we wanted... Let me put my Imperial Knight back. Let me find something a little more normally sized. Oh, let's do a knob. Let's see, I got a knob over here. There we go. Alright. So compared to a knob, knobs are about the size of a Space Marine. So, yeah, so yeah. So, pretty cool. So that is the build and unboxing and rambly review for the AV-98 Ingram and Bulldog set. Definitely really cool. This guy's a little simpler than the main kit, which isn't necessarily bad, but there's a lot of room in here to do lots of custom details and stuff and really get this guy sort of like looking good for a piece of construction gear. You know, for like a semi-amphibious looking kind of construction bot. Lots of cool room in there. There are some empty gaps here and there. There are also single joints in a lot of places, which is kind of a letdown. The hips design is kind of a letdown. How does he compare to Master Grade? Alright, I'll grab a Master Grade in a sec. The hips design is kind of a letdown. I do like the fact that you can swap the armor out here to make the knee more bendable, but it would have just been cooler if it had just been a double knee. The shotgun's multi-part, which is really cool, and the shoulders move really, really well. And you also get parts for both units, Unit 1 and 2, which is really cool. So that's really, really nice. Let me grab a Master Grade. Right there. Alright, let's grab some more comparisons then. Okay, so here's a Master Grade Zagok. So he is about half as tall as a Master Grade Zagok. Here is the Mezzer, which is a late one-year war mobile suit. Around the time of like Char's counterattack and stuff like that. So there's the Mezzer. Here's the Master Grade Shenlong Li Liao Lao, something like that. Someone with a sword. I don't know how to say its name. It's like Leo something. But you can see that the Gundam Wing kits are a little bit smaller. The Gundam Wing scale is. Same thing for the Gundam X. You can see he's actually shorter than the Patlabor here. So technically this labor is 1/60th scale, which should make him the same scale as a perfect grade Gundam. Clearly he's not. Clearly he's not like, you know, 1.5 feet tall. Which is kind of cool. So, but it should also make him the same scale as a lot of like scale model tanks and stuff like that. So if you wanted to like do a diorama with tanks and these kind of guys, you could. Or if you wanted 1/60th scale pilots and stuff, you could actually buy those from like Dragon and stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, alright, I'm going to call it there. I'm going to get me some lunch because it is late. Thank you guys for watching. I will be detailing these guys up and painting them. We'll probably work on them on Wednesday if I'm not too sick from my second shot. And it should be good. Or maybe we'll go back to Warhammer on Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. And hopefully this was useful and interesting. And little bits of rambling about Hawaii was hopefully also useful and interesting.